Tov, good morning. We continue with our 3-minute daily dose of Torah, looking at the mitzvah of Shiluach HaKain, sending away the mother bird who is hovering over her eggs or her efrochim, or over her young chicks. We mentioned yesterday that the Mishnah in Brachot has a warning that you may not say in your davening, Al Kansipor Yagiu Rachamecha, that God may that God, your mercies extend towards the bird's nest. So what is problematic with that? Why is that a problem? Gemara says that there's a machloket between two Amoraim, Rabbi Yossi bar Avin and Rabbi Yossi bar Zavida, and they give two different answers. One says the reason is because you create jealousy. Shematil kin'ah b'ma'aseh b'reishit. You create jealousy amongst the different creations. V'chad amar b'pnei she'oseh midotav shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu rachamim ve'einan ela gezerot. And the other says because you imply that God is about mercy, God's traits are about mercy, and they are only decrees. Wow. Okay, let's start with the first opinion. That's what we'll sit on today. That somehow you create jealousy amongst God's creations. Somehow, when you pray these words, if you say that God, your tender mercies reach out to the birds and the chicks that are in the nest, it somehow could be interpreted to mean that, God has special feelings towards birds. Birds are cute, whatever you're going to say, but God's not merciful to other creations. And somehow it's gonna create ill will. So it's a very strange opinion, is it not? Firstly, how many other are the dogs listening to our davening, and they're going to be upset about this? It's right. What is that? And is it true that and why would any species or anybody interpret this pasuk to mean that God is not merciful to other things? It happens to be talking about an example case. Maybe this is how the mitzvah is specifically carried out with a bird's nest, but doesn't mean that in other contexts in which you have a mother and child, you should be merciful. For example, there is a separate mitzvah of not slaughtering when you're coming to kill an animal, not to slaughter mother and child on the same day. So it's pretty clear that God has some mercies for these other animals. Well, again, we'll have to play that out a little further. But that is the first reading. That the problem is praying this way somehow could just create confusion. But it's true. It's not a falsehood to say this. It just creates ill will amongst the species. But what is this other opinion? The other opinion which says that you're making God's midot, God's traits, rachamim, and they're only gezerot. It's mercy and they're only decrees. That we need to unpack. So think about that if you could today. And tomorrow we'll try to make some sense out of that together. Have a great day.